One handwritten letter between JFK and Khrushchev prevented nuclear war that would have killed 200 million people, and almost nobody knows about it. But first, please subscribe. Now let's discover how one letter saved the world from nuclear apocalypse. In October 1962, American spy planes discovered Soviet nuclear missiles being installed in Cuba, just 90 miles from Florida. These missiles could reach Washington, D.C. in minutes. President Kennedy faced an impossible choice: attack Cuba and risk nuclear war with the Soviet Union, or do nothing and let Soviet missiles threaten American cities. The world came closer to nuclear annihilation during those 13 days than at any other point in history. Both superpowers had thousands of nuclear weapons ready to launch within minutes. Kennedy ordered a naval blockade of Cuba to prevent more Soviet missiles from arriving. Soviet Premier Nikita Khrushchev viewed this as an act of war and threatened retaliation. Here's where it got terrifying. On October 27th, a U.S. spy plane was shot down over Cuba, killing the pilot. American military commanders demanded immediate invasion. Nuclear war seemed inevitable within hours. At the height of the crisis, Kennedy received two different letters from Khrushchev on the same day. The first letter was conciliatory and emotional, suggesting a peaceful resolution. The second letter was aggressive and hostile, likely written by Soviet hardliners who wanted war. Kennedy faced a critical decision: which letter should he respond to? Kennedy's brother Robert suggested a brilliant strategy: ignore the aggressive second letter completely and respond only to the peaceful first letter, pretending the second never existed. Kennedy wrote a personal letter to Khrushchev, accepting the terms from the peaceful letter, offering to remove American missiles from Turkey in exchange for Soviet missiles leaving Cuba. This single letter gave Khrushchev a face-saving way to back down without looking weak to Soviet hardliners. He could claim victory while actually de-escalating the crisis. The next morning, Khrushchev announced Soviet missiles would be removed from Cuba. The world stepped back from the brink of nuclear war. Kennedy's strategic letter had worked. But here's what most people don't know. Kennedy and Khrushchev continued writing secret letters to each other for months afterward, building a personal relationship that prevented future conflicts. These private letters led to the Nuclear Test Ban Treaty in 1963, the first major nuclear arms control agreement between superpowers. Military estimates suggested that nuclear war in 1962 would have immediately killed 200 million people, with billions more dying from radiation and nuclear winter. The Cuban Missile Crisis proved that personal diplomacy and direct communication between leaders can prevent catastrophic war, even when military commanders on both sides are demanding attack. Both Kennedy and Khrushchev were criticized by their own militaries for backing down, but their willingness to choose peace over pride literally saved civilization. That's your nuclear crisis knowledge bomb. If this story of diplomacy preventing apocalypse fascinates you, smash that like button. Subscribe for more moments when the world almost ended.